host for Pawsitive Tales, and today I'm so excited to have a middle schooler with us, 6th grade, right?
Yeah.
6th grade, I'm so excited, so can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm a student at Elizabeth Learning Center. My name is Skye Vega. I'm with the great host.
Yeah, that's it. How old are you?
I'm 12 right now. I just turned 12.
12? That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited to have you here. So, first, let's just start with like an overall question. Like, what are your top 3 books?
My top 3 books, honestly, I just finished this book. It's such a great book. You reach them. I went on the digital library, Sora. You should go on there. My second favorite book would probably be the classic, the Wimpy Kid book. Always been my favorite book. I've read every book basically. And my third favorite book is the Stranger Things book, Any Adventure. It's kind of like you can choose 2 different ways of going. So basically, you should choose 2 different choices to go on a different adventure.
Oh, so it's not like an interactive book.
Yeah,
there's
like 25 different endings for it.
That's amazing. That's so cool.
Yeah, and I love it. It was so fun.
Yeah.
I felt like, and it was just so fun. Like it was so different. So many like endings. Like, but there was only one that was actually real from the movie or from the show.
From the show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's great. It's like a what if? Basically, like if you choose.
Yeah.
It's like an alternative.
Yeah.
Ending. Oh, that's so cool. I didn't know that was a thing for Stranger Things. And for the Wimp Kid, right? What is your favorite book from the Wimp Kid?
My favorite book is probably The Third Wheel, or when his best friend Raleigh, I think that's his name. Raleigh, I think when he makes his own diary, that's also a book that I like because it's not even about his life, it's just about stories that he makes.
So it's like fiction of him, like his imaginary. Oh, that's so cool. Have you watched the movies?
Yes, I watched it with my cousin. Not recently, but like last year, I watched it with my cousin, the Christmas one. That's probably my favorite Wimpy Kid movie out of the first one.
That's so cool. I only have watched one of like the movies.
Have you watched the Christmas movie or
no? No, not yet. Should I?
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have it in mind. So, from those books that you mentioned, what genre would you think?
Besides those books, I love romance. Romance has always been my thing. Like not like like in real life, but like I love romance movies. I love romance stories or like drama. I also like murder mysteries, like who did the murder, or I just like drama in general. Or also maybe like history. I love history. It's good. Like it's so fascinating. Like how people came up with like maybe concrete back then, like they have to, or like paper back then they had to use papyrus, and like this is fascinating.
That's amazing, and I am also a very history nerd. I'm such a history nerd. Like when you get to high school, definitely take AP history classes, whichever. It doesn't matter. It's amazing. It's an opportunity I should take because I relate to that. Educate books that are like history of buildings or history of cultures or history of anything.
Yeah, I love cultures that like not like that, but like I love cultures like ancient Egypt, ancient China. I love that so much.
Yeah, me too. It's so amazing, and that's also a reason why, like, if you like romance and history, you can look for books that have both things. For example, one of my favorite books is exactly because of that. It's called The King of Blood and Battle, and it mixes some history with fiction and romance. So it's like a whole world, but in that world, it makes sense. It's like something that could happen in real life without the vampires and all of that. I love books that mix that you read that and you're like, oh my gosh, this could happen, this makes sense. So yeah, absolutely a recommendation out there. So going a little more back, since you're 12, right? How long have you been reading books?
I've been reading books, maybe not for too long, but I've been reading books for like 2-3 years. like it's not that long, but I tried to get more into books like little by little, and now it's starting to become like my hobby now to do, and I love it. I always listen to it like with music and stuff, but
You can read the music?
yeah, I can read music.
Well, that's a talent.
That's the
right
only way
there.
I can read it.
That's a talent. I could never. If I put music, I'm going to be like either focusing on the lyrics or having like an entire movie in my mind.
I have that too when I'm doing like my homework like that. But I've been a reader for like 2 years already.
That's really cool. So you started when you were like 10,
yeah,
11?
Like, 10 or 9.
Keep it up, absolutely. You're starting at the right age because it will push you like ahead in your classes, absolutely. And more if you enjoy it, it's an amazing hobby to have. So, do you read books like physical books? Do you come here to the library or you buy books or do you prefer digital versions?
Sometimes I come here to rent books. Right now I'm reading 3 books. But I usually just read it physical. I've only read one book through like digital, which was You Reach Down, and that's probably my favorite like book out of every. Yeah, I mostly just do physical, like, and I feel like physical is better than digital.
Yes, I agree with that. Some people like to read online, but I personally, I only do that when I feel like I cannot afford the book. Maybe it's too expensive or they just don't have it in the library or I just can't find it at all. That's when I will say, okay, let's have it digital. But even so, whenever I get the opportunity, I buy it physical. I'm like, I know I read it, I know I already know the story, know everything, but I need it physical because the experience is different.
Yeah, I have this from like I'm broke. Like I'm a 12-year-old. Like, I'm a 12-year-old. Like, I can't afford books. So
Don't worry.
If I really have to, I either borrow from the library, which is really big. It has so many books, and in Sora, it has books that are probably not in here, but they're like the books that you can find that's probably not in here.
So, continue with this of both of us being broke, regardless of the age. If you had $100, $100, what books would you buy?
Okay, I've already thought of this. Like, I'm like, okay, like I really want to buy this book, but only if I had $100. I'll probably buy Ugly Me, BFDI book, and Cinder and Witches. Those 4 books I've been wanting to read so bad, but like I can't find. So there's like 2 I cannot find anywhere, and the other 2 are in this library, which I'm getting soon. If I had $100, I'll buy those easily. I would have buy those in 1 second. But if only I was rich, unfortunately, I am broke.
Okay, we broke. That's great. So you have very clear in mind what books would you like to buy. That's great. I wish. Following with that, then I guess that you have like a list of books.
Well, I have some like there's also, do you know what's it called? Pig, like it's like about a pug. Like I don't want it because like to read it, but like it's been my childhood story to like read, and like I just want the collection of it, like because that was like the book I read as a kid.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's so cute. So, continue with another topic now that you talk about childhood and stories. Who influenced you to read?
Actually, nobody influenced me to read. My vocabulary like really sucked, so my parents were like, oh, you're gonna read, and I didn't like it at first because like I was a kid, like I still am a kid, but like most kids don't like to read, and like I started reading more and more, and little by little I started to enjoy it from the things like I'm reading myself, and I get books that I like, and it's like now little by little I'm starting to I love reading now. Before I hated reading. I've always like I used to think like, oh, like what's the point of this? It's not. It also doesn't just help you with your vocabulary, because reading is a great thing. Absolutely. But it's also can take you on a lot of adventures in your mind, and that's why I started reading, because of my parents. They influenced me. They did that thing. They're just like, you read. and I did,
Mm.
and now I love reading when I used to hate it.
That's great. So you have like any friend, brother, sister, or adult that encouraged you to read more? Do you have like a person that supports that hobby?
Yeah, again, my parents, they influence me about doing good things. They influence me about everything. Mostly mostly my parents and my tia. They say like, you know, reading maybe suck now, but later on you're gonna need it in the future, and maybe just reading for fun could be a thing, because like, you know, reading could be a hobby. And my parents like, you maybe don't like reading now, but later on as you start reading more, you'll love it. And they weren't wrong. I love reading now. It's great.
Well, that's so amazing that you have people that encourage you to read and to continue with reading. Continue with that. Now that you mentioned like a really good point about how little kids really don't enjoy reading that much, what would you say, or to someone that doesn't like to read, like either a little kid or like a kid of your age or an adult? What would you say to a person that doesn't like to read?
I think well, maybe you don't like to read now, but maybe you should try it out before judging it. You know, don't judge a book by its cover. Maybe look at the description of it. Maybe you'll like it. Maybe it's about a girl that has magic, but she doesn't know it yet, or maybe a murder, or like not like that, but like a murder of books. It could be anything you like. There's always an opportunity to read now before later, because reading is such a great thing. And again, I didn't like it. I used to hate it, but now I'm such like a book nerd of wanting to read. I purposely go to the library just to read there when I can be going outside, playing, whatever. But reading could not just help. Again, I said this earlier, but reading cannot just help with your vocabulary. It's also just a good thing to read, because it can maybe calm your mind. It gets your mindset like kind of locked, kind of like focused, and it could take your head on adventures that you can never think of. Authors are so creative to think of these like stories, but I say just try it out before you judge it.
Oh, that's amazing. And you're so right, because many people, like many kids, for example, me as a kid, I was like, my friends didn't like to read, my family didn't like to read, and everyone said like, reading is so boring. So I started thinking that reading was boring, and didn't even get a chance. But it was only when I found a story that I really wanted to read, and that I really wanted to know. That's when I finally found fun in reading. That's so yeah, absolutely, you're so right. There's a story for everyone. There's a story for anyone in the world. There's so many books out there, and it's, for example, the ones that you mentioned, the Stranger Things one. Like, if you're a fan of a series or a movie and it has a book, give it a shot to the book, because if you like the show, most likely you would like the book.
Just try it out. Like, it's not gonna kill you to just try it out. It's gonna be what?
Exactly.
It could be 5 minutes of your life, or it could be like hours of your life if you really like it like that.
And it can really change your life. It can really change it for better.
And if you want to be an author yourself, you can make a book and maybe inspire others to make a book, or maybe to just read.
Now that you mentioned, if the people that is listening to us is a writer, do you write poems or stories or comics? Do you like to write yourself?
Yes, I did do. Like, I actually really like doing this. I don't show people, but I don't be like, you know, read this. But like, I like to write about how my life goes, and like how it goes. Like, not every day, but like I write like, you know, fun moments about my life, or I just like to write like, you know, little stories. My best friend actually does that. She writes about like little stories about witches, and that's her. I like to write about my life. I like to write about my friends and stuff, and well, like just for memories and stuff. You know, when I read it like later on, I'm like, wow, like I was this is a good story. Like, I love writing. I don't write poems though. I do write stories though.
Well, that's great. So it's like a journal type of writing.
Yeah.
More like a journal, a personal journal. Right now, you have a way to see the world that is going to change in the future. And it doesn't mean that it's worse or better, it's just that it's different. So when you get a chance to see how you saw the world, how you speak, like the words that you use. For example, right now, like popular words that are like Reese or I don't know, any brain rot word that can come to your mind, you are going to write that down. Absolutely. And when you in 5 years, in 8 years, in 100 years, and you go back to that, you're going to be like, ooh, why did I write that?
I still have like memories of like old videos of me. I'm just like, why did I do this? Like, I don't like this.
Same. But that's amazing. That's something that I really like to do myself, and you're going to have so much fun going back to that. Absolutely. And more if you're writing about what you're telling me, like your friends, or like funny moments of your life, or just a memorable day, just writing those thoughts there, it really keeps that in your mind and in your heart. I'm going to ask you some other questions that are also here in the question set.
Of course.
What is your favorite book character?
Book character? I feel like it has to be Veronica, Veronica from, I think, Breathe Back and Count from 10. I just finished that book. It's about a girl who like loves to swim, and while she's swimming, she meets a guy named Alex, and she secretly loves him, but she doesn't want her parents to find out, so she goes into like a mermaid cove, I think it's called mermaid cove, to like, kind of like sneak with him. But when his parents find out, they're not really mad about it. They were just like wondering like why they didn't tell her. But in the story, Alex is a great guy, because like that's Veronica's like crush, and is her neighbor.
Oh, so it's like a romance, science fiction with that drama. Oh, that's fun.
And it was super funny too. Honestly, I thought it was funny myself. They were like all like, they're like making like dumb comments about like people, like not like talking about them, but like, oh, like Jeremiah, like he smells like, I no wonder why nobody wants to be here. That's like one of the sentences in the book.
And that's so fun, actually. I love that. I love when books are just like naturally funny.
And they're not meant to be funny.
Exactly. It's like just, it makes sense that someone says that in that situation. I love that. So that's great. So Veronica is like the protagonist, right? Veronica is the protagonist of that book. That's great. And following with that, what is the most memorable book you have read?
I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this already. It's called Pick the Pug. Pick the Pug. I told you that I have read it as a child already. I've read like practically every book, but like that was my favorite book since I was, well, not like obviously my favorite book now, but it's been my favorite book as a kid. And every time I like even at the cover of the book, I just laughed because it was like just so funny. It was dumb, but like that's why I liked it. That's the most memorable book I like. Or another book that I like was, again, You Reach Sam. Like, okay, I always mention the book, the You Reach Sam, but like it's such a great book. I love that book so much. It made me cry. It was incredible.
I love books that make us cry. Those are the ones that stick to your mind, the ones that make you feel that. I can almost guess your answer, but what will be the book that you will recommend to someone?
This is kind of funny, but come on, guys, You Reach Sam. Like, it's just so good. Like, I see that at the library, and I was like, I gotta get it. But like, it's just so good. Like, I can't. Or besides that book, the book I'm reading right now, is called Dangerous and Drama. I think Dangerous and Drama. I just got it. It's really good. It has some comedy in it. There's some other books I've read that you guys should definitely read. Witches I haven't read, but I know what it's about, and so far, like, it's really good because my best friend tells me about it. It's super good. Witches, super good. And there's this other book. I forgot what it's called, but it's about a girl who, like, she has powers, but she doesn't like really, like, she knows it, but she doesn't know it. Like, she has like imaginations, kind of. It's a pretty good book.
Oh, that sounds like very interesting. Summary of a book. I feel like that's an interesting book. I would love to read that. I'm going to put that on my list now that you have made it sound so powerful and so fun. Now more going into like your reading experience here at school at ELC. I wanted to ask you, since you're middle school, right? Sixth grade, from elementary, or maybe some class that you took this year. What books or classes or in the school that have you read?
What book have I read? Like, have I read from?
For school, yeah.
Come on, guys, you reached Sam. Come back from the Stranger Things book. I've read the Dangerous and Drama Heartstopper this winter. Heartstopper, like the whole thing. I've also read Come See the Fair. What's it called? With Dixie. Charlotte. And I've also read. There's another book I've read. Oh yeah, and again, I have like 5 Would Be Kid books, and I also read like the Dogman book of like the 20,000 Fleas Under the Sea. Those are all the books I've read so far. There's another book I'm looking at really hard that I want to read. The Witches book, and I think it's called Ujo. I think so.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's like that. It's just about a girl like that, like she does like experience like magic in her room with her friends, kind of like, but like she can connect to like the not like she can connect to the underworld, or like I don't know, like a different dimensions.
Oh, so cool! You have read a lot. I am 6 years older than you, and you have read more books than me my entire life. But that's great. I'm so happy that you have the opportunity to read books here at school. I wish I could have more time to spend here and grab a book, because this library has books that I never thought would be in a school.
Me either. It's a great library. It's good books. They could be exactly what you're looking for.
And it's like anything. Like even me as a senior, if I need information for a class, I can come here and look for a book that has that topic on it, or even stories that, for example, they have Boku no Hero Academia, they have Five Nights at Freddy's, they have Marvel books and other things that I was like, wow, why is this at school? Well, that's so great, because it motivates kids to come here. And maybe when they grow up, and maybe when you grow up, you will be like coming to the library constantly, because it becomes a habit. You come here for like the books you like, and then you start looking for more once you already have the habit, and then you come into the library constantly. And
actually, like I was like already thinking like I'm gonna come here on Monday because I do need a book for my class. About metabolism.
Yes, you know what's the best is that when you get information from books, it's like most likely your answer is there. Like, yes, you can search it up on Google, but sometimes the answer is not the one that you want, or it's not enough, or you're just not getting it. But with a book, you have the whole thing there, and you have like pictures there, you have an entire text and an author, you have an explanation, you have an activity. So yeah, I love looking for information in books. Just like final words for this episode, there's anything that you would like to say or you would like to talk about?
Just want to say thank you for having me here. I'm thankful for you guys having me here. Thank you for watching us, I guess.
Yes.
Thank you. I had nothing in mind to like talk about.
It's okay, that's okay. Now, thanks to you for being here, for being part of this. I am so happy to have you here, and at such a young age, because that means that there's like an opportunity to continue talking about these topics and to continue encouraging kids like you and others to continue reading and use the opportunity to learn here at school. And I am so happy that you took the shot to be here. Many kids will be like, oh, no, I don't wanna, I'm shy, or I don't know what to answer, or that, but you have done a great job. I love your answers. You seem like a very fun person to have around. And thank you for being here.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be the first person to do this, because I actually just moved to the school, so
Whoa.
That's kind of like a lucky one right there.
Yes, absolutely.
I like to participate in like things like like events or maybe like a talent show or anything. I did that in 5th grade. Maybe it was a mistake, but I think it's still funny for what I did.
No, never a mistake to participate in those. Never.
I sang and I thought that was like a YOLO, like like maybe spend like be happy while you're still a kid. And
Absolutely.
like I'm a kid, but I'm gonna say like be happy. Don't lead into things that you shouldn't. I'm glad to hear I'm having fun. Like maybe it's embarrassing, like like oh like I'm camera shy or that's embarrassing. It is, but that's okay. Like it's no one's gonna hit you for it, or nobody's gonna like maybe they'll judge you, but like
it's worse for them. Like, why would you judge someone for talking about what they like?
Yeah, like
that's a loser behavior. And so thank you so much for giving a shot, and thank you for everyone to be here in another episode. That will be it for this episode. Thank you, Skye.
Thank you.